Water's boiling. I'll have fresh coffee in a minute.
Please, need to call the police before it's too late.
Before it's too late for what, Father?
Use your telephone.
Help yourself.
I don't see Harry.
It's all right, Father. It's on me.
Thank you.
The sheriff's a good friend of mine. He'll take care of all your troubles.
We need help. Help. All of us.
Make your call, Father. I'll go fix the coffee.
Welcome back to St. Catherine's, Father.
Communications control, please. This is Andrew Baran, code word Equator. I want to speak to Commander Beckerman. Hello, Commander. Andrew Baran. I've just been deciphering some signals from outer space, and the patterns are well, consistent, as though they're trying to form words or sentences. You picked up anything similar? No, I wish I could tell you more. It's just a feeling I have. Okay, thanks anyway.
It's 5:30, Professor, and you are guest of honor at that banquet this evening.
Yeah, thanks, Larry.
I knew it. You're not ready. If you want to stop by the plant on the way to the banquet, we'd better hurry. What's this?
I just thought of something better to do.
Oh, you had the same thought this morning. What's happening to you?
Are you complaining?
Only that these little attacks didn't start 10 years ago.
You're right. We're wasting time.
Andrew, come on. We'll be late.
So we'll miss the food part. Who cares?
We could at least go back to the bedroom.
I'll never make it.
What's so important this time of night?
This is the first time I've been able to detect the same kind of coded message going into space as I've received from space. You understand?
No, not at all. Andrew, what does that mean?
I don't know. Except it's the first time I've ever been able to decipher 3 words in our own language.
Don't you receive messages from all over the world all the time?
This message didn't come from our world.
Andrew, what are you talking about? What on earth are you talking about?
I'm not talking about anything on this earth.
Well, come on, we better go, huh? We're gonna be late. Andrew, the banquet. Come on.
Yeah.
I'll never see
Yes. This is my I'm so proud of you, Andrew. You know, it really would have been a perfect evening. The Coffins just hadn't told that dumb joke. What's that joke? Tell me about it.
We're interrupting this program to bring you a late-breaking news story. Peking reports a major earthquake in southeast China near the site of last year's devastation. Despite Chinese government claims in the area of earthquake prediction, this latest tragedy has apparently caught them completely off guard. The death toll so far has reached 20,000, but may well climb to 10 times this number when communication is finally reestablished with the major population center of Fuchao. President Carter has offered official American assistance.
That's terrible. I wonder when it happened.
Probably while we were at the banquet. Between the time we left the plant and now. We heard the news before we left home. There was nothing about an earthquake. Those 3 words on the monitor. Large earth disruption.
Really, Andrew, to think that there's any connection between your 3 words and an earthquake in China, that's really reaching. And besides, you said that those words didn't come from any place on this earth.
That's right.
Well, then where'd they come from?
I'm going to find out.
talk to you. You haven't checked the negative velocity factor in some time now. We got to keep working on this thing. The crystal you have installed, it's burning up.
Look, I'm on my way there right now, Ray, okay?
I heard that you've been burying yourself in the computer section.
Well, I'm still picking up those signals I told you about, and more frequently. Have you heard anything from the Pentagon?
Yes, I have, but not about your request for a separate section.
Well, what then?
Well, you must have made yourself some friends at that banquet last night.
What do you mean?
The head of public relations just called me from Washington, and they're setting up a lecture tour for you. You're going out and speak. If you make yourself popular on that tour, you can get practically anything you want. And much easier and faster than anything I can do for you.
What's the purpose of this tour?
Well, there's been a considerable drop-off in the enrollment of the various universities these days. You know, under the kind of scientific research that we do here. Everybody wants to study ecology or one of the other earthly subjects. Now, you go out on that tour, and you talk to those kids like you talked to us at the banquet last night. You're going to make yourself a lot of content. That's it. Tell them how glamorous the position really is. Talk to them about outer space and all those wonderful flying saucers we see every day.
Sorry, Ray. Get somebody else.
You don't seem to understand that, do you? You really have nothing to do with it. Washington is arranging a series of lectures for you, and they feel it's important that you go. But frankly, I do too. So why don't you just finish what you have to do around here today, go home, have yourself a drink, relax, spend a pleasant evening. Meanwhile, I'll get in touch with Washington about your itinerary. We'll get together in the morning, okay?
I'll talk it over with Sylvia.
Well, Sylvia would love to go off on a trip like this with you.
Hi, John.
Hi, Andrew.
How's the family?
All fine, thanks. Missed you here last Tuesday.
Yeah, well, I'm involved in another project.
I hear.
You know, sometimes I get the feeling we've gone about as far as we can with this experiment. I've had other projects. That's something else. I got a feeling I'm really onto something important. And nobody else in the plant's willing to help.
I know.
$81.6 million for preliminary work on the carrier. In California, $84 million 1977 was issued to the Churchilla Water District. State Treasurer Jess Unruh, whose office must approve all such loans, said $2 million of the money will be used to dig new wells, another $1 million for improvement of existing wells, and the last $1 million for installation of pipelines. And now, a little about sports. Ilya Nastasi, the hot-headed Romanian.
You know the best thing about this tour of yours?
What?
Well, your speech only takes 45 minutes. That'll give us a lot of time together. It'll be just like a second honeymoon.
10 standard minutes. That's what the message read. 10 minutes. I don't get it.
That's really romantic, Andy. 10 standard minutes.
Go to sleep.
You're the best we've had this season, Professor. You had a spell down there for 45 minutes.
Well, I had a lot to say. And I'm sincere. This field's very important to get into. Someday, interplanetary communication is going to be as common as mowing a bell.
Next time I'm going to sit closer.
What's that supposed to mean?
Well, tonight I sat way in the back. In case you were really boring, then I could leave quickly.
We usually have a get-together in the coffee shop after every lecture. Sure love to have you and your wife.
Well, we might be able to stop by for a few minutes, Bob. But if we don't, I want to thank you for making everything so pleasant for us.
It's been our pleasure, Professor, really.
Thank you, Bob.
Yeah. Bye-bye.
From the east side of the crater, which may pose a threat to the citizens of Kinshasa. A citywide evacuation is being planned should the threat continue to grow. Scientists also report a cloud of noxious gas drifting towards the Angolan border. Ladies and gentlemen, a bulletin has just been handed me. Kinshasa has been inundated by a massive flow of molten lava. The casualty figures are not yet in, but said to be in the tens of thousands. This volcanic eruption is accompanied by severe earth tremors throughout the entire country of Zaire.
Sylvia, what's the exact date of my next lecture? There's some things I want to check out.
We have until Wednesday.
That volcano erupting in Africa, doesn't it bother you that it didn't happen within the 10 minutes you were talking about?
I don't know. Maybe their minutes are measured on a different scale than ours. Well, we're about to come into Wrightwood. See that circle on the map?
Yeah.
I'll bet there's a transmitter right there. Go up to the next junction, take a right, then go a mile or two. Should be it.
I thought you said the space message you received indicated a 50-mile radius around here.
Yeah, but there were two signals within that 50-mile radius. The spot we're about to come to is definitely where one of the signals originated from.
was such a beautiful afternoon.
Yes, we certainly are.
May I offer you this rose? You know, when I pray to St. Catherine, she always makes sure that I have the most beautiful rose bush in the entire garden. Be careful of the thorns.
I will. Thank you very much.
You know, maybe I better send my instruments back to Woolworth's.
Well, it's not exactly what we were looking for, but it sure is beautiful.
Yeah. Well, that other spot on the chart's about 40 miles from here.
Andrew, we might get in trouble.
Yeah, we might. Come on.
What is this place?
Looks like a zoo.
A zoo for what? Andrew?
Andrew?
right there. It's okay.
Okay. Whew.
It's all right, honey. It's okay.
It's all right. Whew.
Let's go home. We don't have to do this.
No. I'll be all right, really. Just don't leave me again.
All right.
See them and keep coming. Down the stairs. That's it. Crawl under here. Follow me. Underneath. Get under there. Lean up against the wall. Hands high. Either one of you make the slightest move and I'll kill both of you.
Look, if you
Snap up. Stretch him out. Come on.
Who sent you?
Nobody sent us. We came on our own.
Nobody. We're 5 miles off the main highway. It's the dead of night, and the two of you decided to take a quiet little walk in the forest. Is that what you're trying to tell us?
But maybe you better explain who you are and what you're doing down here.
I don't think you realize the trouble you're in. There's a good chance you may never leave here alive. So you're Professor Baran.
Who are you?
I'm Commander Joseph Beckerman.
What's so funny?
We talk to each other at least once a month on the telephone.
Commander, my wife, Sylvia.
How do you do? I still don't understand what's going on.
Come with me, please, both of you. As you can see, we're in the communications business just as he is, except that we're underground. And the reason for that is simple. While he's trying to decipher messages from outer space, we're keeping close tabs on communications between Russian space stations and points of origin.
You mean those are Russian words we're hearing?
They're the only ones besides us that go up there right now. Excuse me. Oh, for the time being, it's an easy job. I think what it'll be like in just a few years when the other countries start doing the same thing, sending satellites and stations up there. It'll sound like the Tower of Babel. And that's what we're planning. Well, now tell me, Moran. What in the devil are you doing snooping around here? You could have gotten killed.
Yeah, I believe it. I wish I could tell you. But I can't.
I know what you're thinking. Tomorrow we go back to that convent.
We did go back to that convent. That's not what I'm thinking.
You remember the other night? I told you to go to sleep.
Yes.
I was a fool.
You sure were.
Good morning, sister. Who's in charge of the convent?
Father Pergado. Come. He always welcomes strangers.
Welcome to St. Catherine's. I'm Father Pergado.
We're very happy to meet you, Father. This is my wife, Sylvia, and I'm Andrew Baran. We're sorry to barge in on you like this. The convent was on our way home, and we wanted to satisfy a curiosity.
Curiosity?
My husband's not talking about a religious curiosity, Father.
Well, no, Father. I work in communications, and my monitors keep pointing to this area as a center of activity.
I ought to have known better. I should never have allowed Sister Teresa to bring her transistor radio in here. But she does love the opera so much.
I don't think a transistor would give off the kind of airwaves I'm talking about.
And I don't know what else it could have been.
Father, do you ever hear any strange noises here in the convent? Or nearby in the forest?
Not really. The occasional animal noises, of course, and from time to time a gunshot from a hunter. Nothing else. It's very quiet here.
Well, look, you don't have to say yes to what I'm about to ask, but this is a power impulse meter. And I'd like to simply walk around and check your walls and the basement.
Of course, anything we can do to help. Sister Patricia will accompany you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
find what you were looking for?
I'm afraid not.
I'm sorry.
Our instruments are usually quite accurate, but then again, they're just that, instruments.
Yes. Would you care to take lunch? You're more than welcome.
Oh, no, thank you, Father. We have a long way to go, and we'd better get going.
Thanks for your help.
Not at all.
Goodbye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Andrew, I knew that was you. What happened? You didn't get canceled, did you?
I wanted to see about those signals.
Let's not get mixed up in all that again. I heard that you were doing great. What are you doing back here?
I had a few days before my next lecture. I want to check on some things.
Okay. If you need anything to Tara, but in the meantime, you get back on that tour.
Good afternoon, Professor.
Oh, hi, Larry.
How are the lectures going?
Oh, fine, fine. Here's a copy of my itinerary.
Oh, sure.
Now, I'll phone you from time to time. But if you see anything out of the ordinary, anything at all, I want to know about it.
Of course.
Message was sent to outer space. It described you and me. We both know where it came from. The convent.
Well, what are we going to do?
The only thing we can do. Go it alone.
Have repairs been made to the velocity control system?
We did the best we could.
The sub-warp speed should be in order. We shall soon find out.
Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come. Thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread. And forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive them that trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. We've exhausted all the possibilities.
All except two.
I know, we need them now.
My apologies.
For what you just did?
You are an intelligent man, Professor, and soon you will understand everything. Look around you. What do you see here?
Command display complex. A library computer control center. Obviously, everything in this room has some connection with velocity-time relationships.
Exactly. Interstellar travel.
What happened to the nuns who were here before?
You humans are just beginning to understand cloning. We mastered it many years ago. We took on the appearance of Father Pergado and the 6 nuns in this mission because we were forced to for our experiments.
You're telling us that you murdered 6 nuns and a priest?
We had no choice. There was a malfunction in negative velocity.
A spaceship?
No. We use inertial navigation. We've paid many visits to your planet, Professor, but now your Earth has become restructured through seismic disturbance. And we cannot return to our planet as we did before.
How did you manage then?
We used what you humans would call A time warp, such as that one.
What do you want from us?
Your planet has been working on a speed coordination system. We know that, Mr. Moran. What we do not know is what you have achieved.
We've developed an emergency speed.
How many kilometers per hour?
Close to 200 million.
What precisely do you use to achieve this emergency speed?
A small capsule containing zero time reference. A variance crystal.
That is exactly what we need.
I can't help you. I'd never get it away from the plant. Well, the security's too tight.
Unfortunately, there is no more time. I know that you are tired and you need rest. But by the morning, you will find a way. You will, Mr. Moran. Or you will lose your wife. Good night.
I'm afraid. They're so powerful.
But limited. We must be prisoners of this place, unable to function away from it. Otherwise, they'd get the crystal themselves.
What are they going to do?
We're not waiting around to find out. We're going to get out of here.
Oh, how?
Look at this place. The door's wide open. There's no one guarding this. When they sleep, maybe their powers sleep with them. Now, come on. Come on. Come on.
Taking the car.
ours. They're controlling our every move. That's why we couldn't escape. We have to find somebody they have no contact with. A total stranger.
What the hell is wrong with you two?
Look, this is an emergency. Please, take us to the nearest police station.
Please help us.
Yeah. Okay, get in. Come on.
I know. Welcome to St. Catherine's.
I trust that you slept well.
What kind of planet do you come from that you'd kill to get back to it?
We have no deaths there. No diseases. No wars.
Utopia. A perfect world, right?
Yes. That is why we are so anxious to return to it. And that is why you will do exactly as we ask. We shall look after your wife until you return. But we want that variance crystal, and we want it now. Remember, Mr. Moran, you will be under our protection every moment.
Do you mean the same kind of protection that you used to murder Father Pergado and that poor driver who tried to pick us up?
if it is needed. You will help us.
You've got to promise me you won't do anything to antagonize them.
I won't. But what they're asking you to do is impossible without getting someone killed. What about John Davis and the other guards? If anything happened to them, I couldn't live with myself.
We're going to get out of this alive. I have a way to get in the plant without involving John or the other guards.
Be careful, Andy.
What could happen with all those nuns to pray for me?
Professor Moran!
You have what you want. Now I want my wife.
I'm afraid that will not be possible.
We had an agreement.
The agreement has expired.
You...
We are going back today, Baran. The crystal has been installed. The planet Earth has emitted an overabundance of diseases. They are contaminating the universe. All the planets light years away from here will suffer, unless it is destroyed.
Destroyed?
We have received our orders. An earthquake in a remote part of China. The eruption of a long-dead volcano. We stopped when we discovered that the restructuring of the Earth was preventing us from returning to our own planet. That problem has now been rectified. Your world will end. Nothing can prevent it. This convent will be the last to go. I have set the emergency speed at 200 million kilometers per hour. 3 times the speed required. We have a direct path. You would make an excellent citizen of our world, Professor. I wish that you and your wife would come with us. On Earth, your talents are used for destruction. On our planet, we use them to build.
Tell me it's not happening, Andrew. It can't be.
It is happening. It had to happen. God knows what's on the other side of that wall. It's our only chance. Let's take it.